Do you ever get a idea or the feeling of knowing something, but you can't articulate it? And it's a simple feeling, or you feel like it would be simple to articulate, but maybe when you try to, it's a little bit more difficult, so you don't articulate it at all. Or you sit there for a minute and you can't describe it to even yourself. Maybe you can't even think of it. You can't even say the English words, but you can't even think of it very clearly to get it into one sort of concise mental image. I was on an Ask Reddit thread the other day, and it was a simple topic. It was something along the lines of, what single non-obvious thing or like non-normal thing do you live for? And I went through it, and a lot of them were wholesome and nice things, but it got me to thinking, like, if I was to answer this question, how would I answer it? And I ran into that problem. Like, I know what I like to live for. I know what I want to live my life for and do, but to say it in a sentence, even a paragraph, wasn't so easy. But as I went through some of them and I was able to think more upon my own, and I was able to kind of relate with other people's answers, I was able to come up with a sentence, one single sentence of what I live for. And I would say that that's the chain reaction. What I would define as the chain reaction is how you can do something in life and its effects will ripple out exponentially, possibly even. You could help somebody and that enables them to help several people, and all of them can help more people. That's the chain reaction that I live for. I want to see that chain reaction done in many ways. I want to help it in science, I want to help it in education, I want to help it in entertainment. So that's what I live for, is what I've been dedicating my life to for a long while now, and what I'm continuing to do, even when I'm not making videos, is making myself more ready and more capable of helping people and helping propagate that chain reaction. Because I want to help. I've been helped by people, and I feel like it would be not necessarily my duty or my obligation, but it would be super cool of me if I could help other people in the same way that I've been helped. My dad told me of 3 types of people in the world. There's people who make things happen, people who watch things happen, and people who wonder what the heck happened. So ever since he told me that when I was very little, I knew I wanted to be part of the group of people that make things happen. But there was a part of my life where I designated myself to the people who watch things happen, and I was okay with that for a long time. And it wasn't a time of my life that had a lot of growth and happiness. Now, I don't know if that directly correlates the two, but I would say that it's possible that that's what it was. And as I became more of a person who made things happen, I did get more control in my life, possibly directly because of that. I think that it's not necessarily fair to be able to just enjoy the wonderful parts of life that have come around because other people have done a lot of work. I want to be one of the people who do that work, who make things happen to better the world. And partially just because I want to see the world as a better place, and almost out of curiosity of how good of a place can the world be, what can we do with this universe, and also part of it because I feel like I don't feel necessarily as an individual, more as an entity that has an individual part and has a part that's connected with everything else. I want to be like a soldier on the line of battle, and that the battle is against just obscurity and death. And yeah, that's pretty heavy, that's even abstract or weird, but it is something I view in my heart when I'm spending my days studying, when I'm spending my days trying to better myself. I'm thinking, I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing it for life, for it to be done by somebody out there. If all of existence were to end, what stories would we have written in it while it was still around? And part of the way I see myself as writing the story is through the chain reaction. And that's kind of what I live my life for, is making sure I can do that chain reaction. And because a lot of the things I love, computers and food, that was either non-existent or very hard to come by in the past. Things that are very hard to come by now, or things that we can't even imagine now, might be the commonplace in the future. And they might be the commonplace because of sacrifices made by us, decisions made by us. So that's what I'm going to keep living for, as I've done and as I keep doing. Take care.